Hi, welcome back to my channel. This video is kind of like a one-off video for me. Usually my content is more about like fashion and beauty. So if you're more into that, feel free to skip on this one. I understand that. So an MLM, for those of you who aren't familiar, is a multi-level marketing structure in a company. And what that essentially means is that the people who are selling these products have a downline of people under them that are also selling products, and the person at the top makes money from every sale that the people underneath of them make. So it starts off with one person, and the whole purpose of them, their job and their position in their company, is to recruit people so that they can get more and more people under them and generate more and more income with each tier of people that are underneath of them. And as those people join, they'll add more people under them, and so on and so forth, creating a pyramid. But today I just kind of wanted to talk about my experience being in Beachbody. I watch a lot of MLM videos on YouTube. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine, but I also really disagree with like a lot of the tactics and everything that they use. I just want to talk a little bit about my experience, just because my experience wasn't like super intense like some people's, which I am really grateful for. But if someone stumbles across this video somehow and I can even help save like one person some money who's in a position similar to what I was in when I signed up, then that's a win to me. And I definitely think that more attention that can be brought onto it is good, just because a lot of people don't even realize what they're getting into before they sign up, which is kind of like what happened to me. And I didn't really even know what to research, because a lot of the time the companies are so like hush hush and private about their name. When I first signed up, the only videos that came up for people like reviewing Beachbody or being part of Beachbody was from the top coaches in Beachbody, because of course they had a lot of viewership, so those videos would get recommended, and that was really the only thing I saw. I saw one video of someone saying that they quit because they didn't have time anymore, but that was really it. There wasn't near the amount of real experiences and like researched anti-MLM videos to show you why you shouldn't sign up. And I think that the more people that put their story out there, the more people that can be helped to save money or to not get involved with something that they don't want to be a part of. So with that being said, I'm sorry if you see me look down. I have some notes on my iPad just so I remember like what to talk about a little bit. But the first thing I wanted to say was how I personally got involved with Beachbody. So for me personally, the first time that I ever heard anything about Beachbody, I didn't even hear about Beachbody when I signed up, because they're very secretive about the name. And the reason for that is that they don't want people to Google the products or the company. They say it's because then people will just go and buy it without going through you, which is true in a way. Like if someone's really interested in the product that you are using and you just told them what it is, they are going to go and just Google it and then buy it themselves from the website, and you're not getting the sale for that. But I think a lot of the reason as well why they don't want to say their name to you right away is because you will look it up, and I mean especially these days you're going to find a lot of information on why you shouldn't sign up, and it makes it a lot harder for them to get you to be a part of their team. So for me, when I initially found my upline, I actually found her. She didn't come to me, which is kind of different compared to a lot of people's stories. But for me, it was actually a sponsored post that came up on my Instagram. There's a picture of a girl. I'm not going to insert it just because not that anyone's going to watch my video compared to her, which she has a bigger following, but I just don't feel like it's necessary to drag anyone specifically by name. But it was a girl, you know, living her life on the beach, super happy, which is a lot of what they try to promote. Sorry if the lighting's a bit wonky as well. I'm sitting in front of a window, so there's like some clouds going by. But yeah, so it was this girl, and she was standing on the beach. She was having the time of her life, and there was a big long caption about how like starting her company changed her life, and how she wants to teach people how to be influencers and how to make money from their phone. And that's honestly something I've always been interested in. Like I love Instagram, I love social media, I love blogging. That's why I'm making YouTube videos as well, because I've always been interested in that type of thing. And she was pitching that she could help make you an influencer, that she would be like training. She said that she was only going to select 6 people, which now obviously looking back, I know that it was not exclusive. There was more than 6 people in the group that started with me, first of all. But second of all, they make money for the amount of people that sign up. So they're going to take more than 6 people. If 100 people want to sign up, they're going to accept 100 people because they want that money. They're definitely not going to turn people down. But at the time, the post said that she's accepting 6 girls and to drop your email down below. So I was like, you know what have I got to lose? I want to be making money from my phone. I would love to be an Instagram like influencer. I kind of don't love using that word because I know a lot of people don't like to be described that way. And I will say the emails that I was sent from that were extremely vague. I still have some of them in my phone because I don't delete anything. Like it takes me forever to go through things. So I will be reading a little bit of some of the emails. I'm not going to go through all of it because it is kind of long, but some of it does sort of help to understand like what they say and how vague it is that you really don't know what you're getting into. So this is the first email I got. I'm going to leave out like names, obviously, except for my name because that doesn't really matter. But she sent me an email and it was like, Kyla, I'm so freaking excited to chat with you. Can you tell? Haha. Coaching has changed my world. I went from working 80 hours a week, hating my corporate job and feeling like my world was crashing down around me, to living the life of my absolute dreams, being my own boss, and loving every aspect of the path that I am on while being a coach. I don't tell you pieces of my journey to boast by any means. Yeah, you do. I tell you because the life of your dreams is right in front of you if you want to work for it. I know I'm sounding like I'm talking gibberish, rainbows and butterflies right now, but that's why I want to show you. I'm hosting a 2-day free information session diving into how I got started, how I work for myself, and what we do as coaches. She wanted to get to know me a little bit, probably so she can keep track of who the heck is joining so that she can use what they say to pitch it to them. But she said, what's my current life status, job, college, mom life situation, busy AF, or whatever it may be, and 2, what made you interested in the coach life? Now, looking back at that, I can understand why she asked those questions. I mean, they seem like pretty basic get to know you questions, but those are the 2 things that they use to target people into joining their MLMs or to staying in their MLM. The first one, what's your current life status, like job, mom, etc. They cater what they tell you can do with this business to your life. So if someone says that they're in college, they're like, great, you can work around college. If someone says they work full-time, like, perfect, you can work full-time at this business. If they say they're a mom, oh, perfect, you can work while your kid's napping. It's that easy. And they want to make it seem super easy to you. And they don't want to say, oh, you can work only 2 hours a day, to someone who actually likes working full days. And same with, they don't want to tell someone that they can work 8-hour days from home if they only have 2 hours to give. So they want to know what you're up to and how they can really target their pitch to you. Now that makes it sound like not so bad, but honestly that's kind of more of like a manipulative tactic because they aren't telling you the real truth of what they do. They want to pitch to you in a way that makes you sign up without really thinking about it. And then the second one is what made you interested in the coach life. And then there's a bracket here that says, if it's because I travel a lot and you want to do that too, totally cool. Just give it to me straight. So again, that goes back to them catering it completely to you. And notice the subtle, oh, is it because I travel a lot and you want to travel a lot? Like, that's just such a humble brag way to say that. And again, they don't want to pitch to you, oh, you can travel all the time if you don't want to. They want to tell you what they know you want to hear. Does that make any sense? So they want to say, like, they want to pitch to you in a way that makes you say yes. So I want to start out by saying, when I first signed up to get this email, when I first read through it all, I didn't know what an MLM was. I didn't even know what a pyramid scheme was really. Like, I had heard that word been thrown around before, but I did not know like what a pyramid scheme structure was or what to look out for or like warning signs that something was a scheme. Like, I honestly didn't know any of it. So I thought, okay, well, if they're selling products through a website and all this, it must be legit. Like, that was my knowledge of it. I'd never heard of pyramid schemes before. I'd never heard of MLM before. I'd never heard of Beachbody before. And in this case, like, you'll notice she hasn't said that it was Beachbody yet at all. They don't tell you the company name. They don't send you the website link. Like, the information session she sent me was on Facebook, and it was a video of her and her girlfriend telling their story. So yeah. So at the time I was working in a bank and I wasn't really loving it. Like, honestly, I was one of the type of people, and still am, that like wants to be able to work from home, would love to be able to work from social media. So I told her that. And then I also said to her that I wanted the freedom to just be able to do what I want to do. That was essentially my answer for the second question, instead of having like a schedule that I have to adhere to. And she was like, girl, preach, you sound exactly like me. I did not like the corporate world. I want you to feel fulfilled. I want you to feel passionate and free. I'm so freaking excited for you, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, this is like a copy and paste message probably. Or the next email that I got from her, which it's interesting because in the first one she said she was accepting 6 people to her team, and now it says 10 to 15 spots will open. So already it's going up. But again, like I said, if 20 people want to join in, she will accept 20 people. They all want to make money. Who doesn't? So she sent me another email. Hey Kyla, I just wanted to check in and make sure you're aware the registration of the team opens tonight. So in 15 minutes. She sent me the link to the videos again. She said 10 to 15 spots will be open, while information on how to register will be described in the last video. Make sure to watch all the videos so you get the deets. even if you think you want to do this, make sure you let me know. So excited to add some amazing gals to the team. I won't lie, I mentioned this to like my boyfriend and my mom and a friend of mine, like a coworker at work, and they all said that it sounded kind of sketchy. Like my mom was kind of like, it sounds kind of weird, like whatever, hopefully you can make money from it, but it's weird you have to buy products first. My boyfriend was like, oh no, it's probably like a scam, don't do it. My friend my friend at work did say that it was like probably a pyramid scheme. But she didn't really tell me not to do it, and I was like, no, I don't think it is, like it's a company and they sell products. And she was like, okay, and she probably did know but didn't want to like hurt my feelings. So after talking to my friends and family and stuff, I was like a little bit skeptical, and it cost like, I think it was 180 or 200 US dollars, which I'm in Canada, meaning that it was more like 250 probably at the time, at least for me. So I was a little bit skeptical in paying that to join a company, and like I didn't really see why I had to. But in order to sign up as a coach, they did tell you had to buy the package at least the first time. You don't have to keep buying the products, although they make you feel like you do because you can't sell something you're not using. And part of growing on social media to them is posting a picture of your disgusting Shakeology every day, which honestly it tastes really bad. I tried it one time and poured it out. I was replying to her email saying that there would be spots open. And I said, hey, thank you so much. I'm certainly looking forward to join. I do have some questions, but I'm looking to take the leap of faith and get started and trust the process. You know, that's really key, because that's something that this girl especially pitched like the whole time, was take your leap of faith. So they really, really want you to just jump into something without researching it or without looking into it at all. That's a lot of how they get people to sign up, because it's so popular these days for people to be like, take your leap of faith and quit your job. Take your leap of faith and move to a new country. Take your leap of faith and start doing your own business, actually your own business, not an MLM business. But that's a big thing these days to begin with. And so they use that a lot to their advantage, because they don't want you to have time to look into things. They don't want you to do research. They don't want you to have time to think that maybe you shouldn't spend $300 to buy products from a company that you've never used before in order to sell them to people that don't care about what you're selling. They don't want you to think about that. They want you to jump in head first and just go for it, and you'll change your life, worry about the details later kind of thing. And I was really trying to be that kind of person, I won't lie. Like, I am a little bit more spontaneous, and so that part really appealed to me. So I told her that I wanted to, but I had a couple questions, because at this point I wasn't obviously saying to her like, ooh, I don't know, it sounds sketchy, but I wasn't sure about it. And then I said, I was wondering about the fee. Is it due up front, and is it non-refundable in the case that something doesn't work out? I have a really good feeling. Lie, I had a bad feeling. But it's always a bit scary taking a risk at first. Thank you. And she was like, I totally understand, girl. Yes, the registration includes the purchase of the package up front. And no, it is refundable. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee no matter what. Again, I totally understand that hesitation. And I felt so much better knowing there wasn't a huge risk in this. But what can I tell you? The reward will blow your mind if you allow it to. Which, that's a lie, it didn't. I actually didn't make any money when I was in Beachbody at all. Granted, I didn't really pitch to a lot of people because I felt so uncomfortable. But I made $0 and I spent money. I bought the package only the one time. Thankfully, I canceled that before, so I didn't have all the shakes coming to my house. And that's because I tried one, and like I said, it tasted really bad. I did not like it, and I didn't feel like I need to order more with a box sitting on my dresser that I wasn't going to use. But despite only buying the package one, I was charged monthly for my like coach login. So you're charged, again, $20 USD, so it was about $25 for me in Canadian, to have my coach portal open, which is kind of like the back end where you can sign in and see how many people are under you and where you can send like your link, so people, when they buy stuff, it goes to you. So you have to pay for that. That is mandatory, or else you can't be a Beachbody coach. So you're automatically charged $20 a month no matter what you buy. And then of course with the package, and I'm going to touch on how she said that there's a 30-day money back guarantee. That is kind of a stretch, so I'm sure there is. They wouldn't say that if there wasn't. I don't think they can say that if you actually can't return it and get your money back. But the coaches really push you not doing that, and they want you to try it out for at least past that return time. And their reason is that you can't sell something you haven't tried, which is true. But also, if you try it and hate it, they want you to keep trying it for 30 days. I don't need to try a shake for 30 days to know it tastes like shit. But they want you to keep trying it so that you're past that time and keep buying and buying every month, so that you can pitch these products to people and show what you're doing and show your workouts online and stuff like that. And so she said that she was just sending the registration to my email, and you should be getting it from Beachbody. This is the first time that she mentioned the name of the company in any correspondence to me at all. And she probably said that because I had to check my email and I wouldn't have recognized it, because so far these were coming from a personal or like work email of hers. So Beachbody was never mentioned, so she had to tell me that it was Beachbody now. And at that point I did look into it a bit, but I remember looking into this and just seeing videos from like coaches. I looked up on YouTube a couple people, like I just looked up Beachbody in general. I didn't look up why I quit Beachbody or anything like that. And a lot of the videos that came up were from like top diamond $100,000 making a year people that are in the company. And I said the only thing I'm hesitant on is that I don't have a crazy huge Instagram following or anything to market to. So I don't really understand how we make money if that's the case. And she said, I totally understand. The crazy thing is I started my Instagram account 1.5 years ago when I signed up with 0 people, no posts, no followers, no audience. But I've built it since then. Just like you share your life, you'll be sharing this lifestyle. It's all about making genuine relationships with people, connecting and providing a solution for others. When people see you doing the programs and they understand that you have something to offer them, that is how you'll make money and attract people to your business and to you as a coach in general. This may sound confusing now, but girl, don't worry. We have trainings for all of it. Literally from conversations, invites, how to tell people, how to help people, how to grow your income and get started. It's all there for you. Does that make sense? No. You didn't tell me how to get paid. And you didn't tell me how I'm going to sell to no one, because I didn't have any Instagram followers. So the other thing I wanted to touch on with Beachbody is, like myself, most people who are in it are not certified in nutrition. They're not certified in fitness. There's no certification at all required. And a lot of people aren't certified because someone who is certified is going to make a real health business of their own, or work for a real health business such as like a gym or as a dietitian. So with that, like anyone who isn't registered should not be giving exercise advice, dietary advice, anything to people, because like you don't know their individual goals, their concerns, and their health. And without knowing those things, you can't really properly give them advice on those things. Honestly, like with Beachbody especially, I find, or really any MLM, they're all kind of the same in that way, but I can only speak for Beachbody because that's the one I was in. They really prey on people who want to be like influencers, or who want to be like free and live a life where they can do what they want or travel. And they also target people who like don't have a core group of friends. Like if you come across as someone who's a little bit lonely or doesn't have this like big huge girl tribe around you, or that you're maybe a bit self-conscious and they want to help you with that, which is really like disgusting in my opinion, just because like, first of all, they're looking at your social media and deciding that they know all this about you, which like they realistically don't. But also it's like just really unfair that they're gonna target you and say, oh, you look insecure, join my team and it'll fix it. Because honestly, like if someone's insecure about their body and they think this program's really gonna work for them, they're gonna sign up and try it even though it's not gonna work. And if anything, they're just gonna lose money in the process. You can kind of hear it with those emails too, how they don't really tell you what you're signing up for or what the company name is. Like she didn't tell me the company name until after she sent me a link to sign up. But we had emailed like 10 times before that without mentioning the company or without mentioning what or how I'm gonna do what she does. And I will say, like, I'm not typically a gullible person. In fact, if anything, I err more on the side of caution, and I'm more like skeptical about stuff like that usually. I don't think it helped that I'd never known about MLMs, because now if someone sent me messages like that, instantly I'm like, oh, that's an MLM, no thanks, that's a pyramid scheme. But at the time, because I didn't know what an MLM was or what a pyramid scheme was, I feel like it was easy for me not to be as skeptical. And they phrase everything in a way that's very confusing. Like you don't know what you're signing up for. It's so vague, and it's just them saying, come on girl, sign up, take your leap of faith and you can do it, and you can travel the world for free and, you know, live on the beach and all of this stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. So when I signed up too, something that they told us to do to get sales was to sign up like our boyfriend or our mom, and for us to pay for their packages just to have people under us, which first of all, that doesn't help, because then it's just me running 3 accounts because they're not going to do it. And I have to pay $280 each for them to sign up. So that's like $560 then that I would have spent for 2 people to sign up under me to hit the first rank. Which those people, because it's just me signing up, they're not going to generate any extra sales. So it's literally throwing money out the window. But that's something they tell you to do just so you feel like you have a team under you even when you don't. So that's one thing. And I even have that here in a Facebook chat, which again, I'm not going to show like the specific chat just because I don't want to call anyone out by name. But I messaged my upline and I was like, hey, blank, I'm in the new coach group, but I'm also in the Emerald group, which that's like the next rank, which I feel like I shouldn't be in that one since I haven't even really started anything yet. Should I still be in that group, do you think? And she said, honestly, girl, Emerald is you plus 2 coaches, nothing too crazy. You will find out that so many coaches add their family members, best friends, and warm market, I don't even know what that means, to kind of kickstart their business. For me, my first 2 coaches was my mom and my best friend. This group is how to get people on board with your new journey, to support you, and how to talk about what we do. I would encourage you to absorb as much as you can. And I said, awesome, thanks. I don't think any of my family members would sign up, and I'm not even sure to get clients yet, but I'm glad to be getting to hear all the info so I can put the ideas to use when I really gain some traction. And she said, have you asked your family members? And definitely, the more you can learn, the faster you grow. And then she sent me a voice clip, which I'm afraid if I play it, I don't know if she gets like a notification from that. So in the interest of time, I think this video is a little bit long already. So let me know if you'd like to see a part 2 to this video where I go more into like our group chats, and what kind of training and what kind of like support they gave us, as well as some of them like just kind of nagging us, just because I don't want to include all of that in a video about why I quit. It doesn't really seem to fit in completely. So yeah, let me know if you'd like to see that down below, but I'll get into sort of just what made me quit in the very end and why I stopped doing it. So to be honest, there was a couple reasons. One, I hated the products. I was not ever going to buy them again. So obviously it was really hard to try to pitch to people these products. The workouts were fine. They were very minimal and just like blah at-home workouts you can get on YouTube for free. The shakes were terrible, and the meal plan was just lacking. Like, it's nothing you can't find on Pinterest for free. The products, I didn't like them, which made it really, really hard to sell and actually make money. And I didn't know how to pitch to people to make them sign up on my team. The training was really lacking. Like, I feel like there was no support. And the coach calls we had to help train, which were weekly, were just people at higher ranks going on and telling us about how they worked a corporate job that they hated and now they're so happy, and that was it. There was no helpful or useful information at all. And ultimately, I made no money. I was tired of losing money, even though it was only $25 because I stopped ordering the products after the first month. I was losing $25 a month for no reason with something that I wasn't enjoying doing, and I wasn't comfortable pitching to people like at all. So I barely did it. And I just started to think about more and more the fact that I was literally paying to sell someone else's product and I wasn't even good at it. So there was that. And then when I quit, actually, this is something that really solidified my decision. I messaged my upline and told her that I wasn't really going to be doing it anymore and that I didn't really think that I was any good and that I was quitting essentially. And she didn't even message me back. She saw the message and then she just deleted me out of the Facebook groups, and that was it. So that kind of made me really sure that I was not meant to be there. I wasn't making any true friends. I wasn't going on trips. I wasn't getting any financial freedom like they said that I would. And I just didn't feel comfortable selling. So that's basically it. That's kind of my story about how I got into joining Beachbody and why I stopped doing Beachbody. Again, my story is like a little bit different than some people who actually sold for a long time or invested a lot more money in, which I'm honestly thankful for, just because my heart breaks for anyone who spent even more money than I did. I spent in total probably about $300 to $400 that I didn't have on the products and on the monthly coaching thing that you had to pay for. I don't even understand why we had to pay for that at all, but it's just another way for them to get money in case you don't sign anyone up and in case you stop buying the products, they have to charge you for something. So leave a comment down below if you'd like to see another video on MLMs and more so the details of the type of training that I got and what the group chats were like. And just a little bit more information on that, as well as go ahead and subscribe while you're here. I would love to have you. Bye.